Hello everyone, PolishLynx here, and this is another episode of Narcissu, and I think I start every video the same way. I must think about changing it. Okay, let's begin. The amount of medicine that we carried on hand, I could have seen that sooner or later it would wind up like this. Right now, what should I do? Say, I don't like the 7th floor. I know, and you don't want home either, right? Once again, the silver Cooper ran on. In the end, I got off the expressway and next exit. It wasn't that it would have anything, but I wouldn't be able to do anything while on it. From the bleak expressway exit, I continued driving towards an urban area. Then I searched, not for a small town doctor, but a large hospital. More precisely, I was looking for the pharmacies that are near large hospitals. To be honest, going to a hospital may have been the best thing. If it were a normal sickness, without any hesitation, I would have done so. However, we were residents of the 7th floor. The vinyl identification bracelets wrapped around our wrists were white. And also, we were people who had fled from the 7th floor. While thinking about that, I peered around while gripping the wheel. I was sure that a pharmacy near a large hospital should have most things. Found one. Standing on the corner facing a large street was some large university hospital. Right near it were the signs of 2 or 3 of pharmacies. Just when I decided I wouldn't be able to find parking, I found an open space and quickly stopped the car. Hey, let me borrow your medicine bag. With a mystified expression, the girl handed the bag with medicine over. I took that bag of medicine used in hospital wards and took out then only the paper explaining the medicine. With this, it should be fine. Well, I'll be back soon. Leaving her alone in the car, I ran the short distance to the pharmacy. Passing through the stuttering, slow automatic door, I came into the store. I headed straight for the counter. Welcome, shopkeeper. The person who called out to me was a middle-aged man, wearing white clothes. He really fit the image of a pharmacist. I need this medicine, please. Yes, please wait a moment. With that, the man took the medicine explanation paper. I handed it over and went into the bag. Most likely, instead of dispensing normal medicine, this place dispensed medicine from hospitals. When I went to an outpatient hospital before, I remembered going into a place like this just to get the medicine. Obviously, it was built right next to a hospital, and I thought that most medicine would probably be gathered here. Sorry for the wait, it comes out to this much. Eventually, the man returned. In his hand were clear bags with capsules of medicine. He was carrying 2 bundles of them. With that much, it was probably alright for a while. At a glance, there was probably 1 week's worth. And then, as I was taking out my wallet, before that, may I have your prescription? I'm talking about the prescription for the medicine. They are for clinical use, you see. Well, crap. You received one from your doctor, right? I hadn't expected this. Well, no, think about it calmly. These weren't over-the-counter items and you couldn't buy this normally. Is something the matter? No, nothing the matter. I faltered and the man in white began to lay increasingly suspicious eyes on me. Wait, that's... Then noticing the white bracelet wrapped around my wrist and the words that were written on it. My name, blood type. And he was trying to read the name of the hospital. Snatch. Pharma. Oh. The medicine left on the glass counter. Reflexively, I grabbed the wall pile. Hey, wait. Hey, wait! The man behind the counter gave a great shout. I heard that voice behind me, but I was already running. It was only 5 meters from the shop exit. Unable to gain steady footing, I was stumbling, but even then I ran on in a daze. And then, coming to the stuttering slow automatic door as I was making to leave the store. At that time, What? What? Oh, damn it! Suddenly, for a moment my awareness turned white. I slammed my head into the edge of the automatic door with enough force that it seems to have cracked. While shaking my wobbly head, I reached out with my hand and opened the automatic door that had stopped partially open. Then, when I got out of the store, I began running. I hadn't let go of the bags of medicine I had been holding. Hehe, phew! Unable to help myself, I was out of breath and I wound up raising my chin up. It was only a few tenths of meters to the car, but it felt awfully long. It didn't seem like anyone was chasing after me, but I didn't even have the luxury of looking back to check. If I were caught, what would happen to her? Alone in the car, she would probably sit there forever, waiting for my return. As I thought about that for some reason, I ran in earnest. While staggering and out of breath and thinking this was my full strength, in spite of myself, I felt it was sad. Phew. As if collapsing, I fell into the seat and panted heavily as I tore the car onto the road. Clearly, more so than the other day at the pachinko parlor, I became aware of how much my strength had slipped. And then, checking the rear mirror, it looked like I really had been cut by the glass. A bit of blood was flowing from my forehead. Probably, if it's just this much, it will stop soon. While driving, I lightly pressed some pocket tissues on it. Are you alright? She asked. Yeah, I'm fine. But you're bleeding. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. The girl directing the water face towards me, I waved my hand, telling her not to worry. And then, with my left hand holding the wheel, I handed her the bundle of medicine. Here, take your medicine. With this, I thought we'd be fine for the moment, at least. It would probably hold out for a week. But, when this runs out, what would happen? It was good that today had been a success by chance, but it was clear that my own strength was declining every day. Originally, we didn't have a goal or place to go. Because we had no desires, we had no fear of losing anything. But now, things were slightly different. With the birth of purpose, the fear of loss also was born. The day cleared up, and that clear, so very high sky that was characteristic of winter spread white. Once again, we went on the expressway. Right now, we left the Suita Junction and we're running along the Chugoku Expressway. Hey, what's the next one? From the Kobe Junction, go to the Sanjo Expressway, right? Following the girl's direction, the silver coupe ran. Coming all the way here, the signs along the way were occasionally showing the words Evejishima. Since the day we escaped from the 7th floor, the odometer had already passed 900 kilometers. It seems unthinkable that we had gone so far, but considering our destination, it was just a short distance. Then what appeared before us was a large bridge. This is the Akashi Kaiko Bridge. It's an amazing bridge, isn't it? The two of us couldn't help but be impressed. It was as if it ran atop the sea forever. Then, after we drove for a while, right in the middle of the bridge, here and there, cars were stopped and people could be seen. Most likely those were tourists who got out their cars to take commemorative photos. In taking those people, I pulled the car to a stop along the side of the road. Stopping is prohibited here. Well, if it's just for a bit, I'd probably be fine. Besides, from what we've seen, a number of other cars had stopped in the same way. Come now, let's go out for a bit and have a look. I'm sure it's got an amazing view. Alright. She sounded a little reluctant still, but the girl got out of the car to join me. Phew. Ah, that was a wind. Okay. A strong cold wind whistled atop the bridge. It's colder than you think, isn't it? Since normally we wouldn't come out of the car, we felt it all the more. In contrast to us, further down there were two people that seems to be a couple. It looked like they were taking commemorative photos and raising happy voices that even we could hear. Looking around closer, other than those two, there were families and groups also taking pictures. A commemorative picture, huh? Certainly for a place like this. One was necessary. Speaking of which... What's wrong? Wait a second. I was certain that there had been a camera. Before, the first time I had searched through the car, I remembered that I had found a cheap disposable camera. At that time, from what little I saw, I thought there were a few shots left. Putting out the camera, I checked the film. Wonderful, there are still 2 shots left. Sorry for the wait, look, I'll take one of you. A picture, since we're here after all. No? No, I don't get it, don't say that, strike a pose or something for me. As I spoke, I readied the camera, pointing it at her. Come now, try making a bit of a happy face. However, maybe because she was embarrassed, even when she finally faced this way, she had on a sulking expression. Or perhaps, for this girl this was her trying her best to make a smile. As I thought about that, I met ready to shut the camera when... Excuse me, could you take a picture of us? Said an unknown boyfriend. Sure. Some random couple came up to us with a camera in hand. Okay, ready? Yes, please. Happily the two hugged shoulders and the two of them smiled. I placed the two of them in the viewfinder and hit the shutter. Thank you very much. Well, in exchange we'll take a picture of you too. But what? I just pressed here on the camera, right? Faster than my reply, he took my camera. Actually, it was more like he snatched it. Probably he was being polite, ignoring our hesitation. He quickly readied the camera. Come now, the two of you get closer together. At those words, I moved my way just a bit closer to the girl. Still looking emotionless as always, the girl next to me also moved just a hint closer. Could you please pose a bit more? Now the boyfriend started adding more requests, and looking closer, the guy's girlfriend was also giving us exasperated looks, thinking there was no helping it from behind her back to her shoulder. I slowly wrapped my arm around her. It was the first time I touched her body. The feeling of the childish clothes we bought the other day and the waistline hair spread through my hands. Looking at the camera, I couldn't see the girl's expression, but maybe she might be wearing that embarrassed, pouting face that she would only show very rarely. Well, then, ready? Perhaps satisfied that they had taken a decent picture, the couple returned to their car. We also turned towards our own car. A girlfriend, huh? Looks like we've been mistaken. Could it be that we look like it? I said it in just a bit of a joking way. Well, I didn't. For some reason it felt fun and I just wound up continuing in that light tone. Well, you, no. Well, what do you think, Satsumi? What's with that? You're the younger one. Even with those words the same as always, she was facing the window. Her expression was the same, and she didn't even move to look in my direction. But that was... her eyes weren't the ones that always looked far away. I had that feeling that it was embarrassing, so she was turning her face away. Okay, because that was... Okay, looking up at the high sun, that characteristically blue sky spread on and on. From then we went on for just a bit and arrived at the Sumoto interchange. Once again we exited and turned to the normal roads. We finally arrived, haven't we? Okay, we arrived, probably. So let's end the episode and see in the next one what will happen. Bye.